All right, folks, it's been a while since I've been working on this project. I've been held up with some other things that I had to take care of. So I got the AC unit back out in the shop, and we got to do a few modifications to it. So the primary thing is we got to get this thing wired up to be remote. Now, if it was just where it was, it wouldn't be accessible at all without lifting up the dinette seat or anything like that. So we're going to set this to go in the wall. I'll show you guys where that is in a couple seconds. What's nice about this is that to open it up, it's real easy. You just pop a strap there, pop a strap there, and then this just lifts right on up. Just like this. And we'll put this to the side. And it's actually kind of nice that this is made out of this foam, because it just makes working with this way easier for what we need to do. Like cutting these holes in, not sure if you can see that, not a problem. Just take a little knife, cut right out. All right, so here's what we're working with. And what we have to do is, and I'm not gonna be able to pull this all out with one hand, but try and get this up a little bit here. There is this circuit board. And this circuit board, which is the display panel, needs to be moved up front or be remote in order to get to it from inside the camper. So in order to do that, we got to extend a few wires here. So we have this here, which goes down into there. And then we got this set up here, which goes into there. And these are just these sorts of connectors. So I'll undo this one here and here to show you. Okay, so here's what we have to extend. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut here, or somewhere around here, probably cut a little further back, actually. Extend everything, and then reconnect in so that we can put this where we need it to be. So what we got to do now is go back into the camper and figure out how long the wires actually have to be so that we can get these things cut accordingly. So I'll meet you guys in the camper. All right, so the face of the unit is going to sit about right here, and we need to extend the wire so they'll run over here, back along this wall, up here, and then up to here. The faceplate's going to go probably somewhere in this corner. I got to figure out, make sure I don't impact anything with the drawers and everything like that. So I'm going to measure this real quick, come up with a number, and then we're just going to cut the wires and solder in the extensions. All right, so I think I'm going to do 70 inches. I think that should get me where I need to go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is pull this out the rest of the way. And there's a few things to note on here. So there are two temperature sensors wires, the white one and the black one. And this controls how the unit runs and everything. Extending these isn't really a problem. What I don't know is if it's going to end up changing the resistance value on these substantially to impact it. I'm hoping not. The other thing too is, like, I wish I had just like regular connectors that I could just kind of make new things. I don't, and so I'm just kind of working with what I have. So here's our circuit board here. I'm also gonna have to figure out how to pop this thing out. It looks like it'll just pop right out, so hopefully that's the case. So on this here we have a red, black, green, and purple. So I have those, and then on this connector here, it's gonna be red and black. So I'm gonna cut this probably around here, add in 70 inches. I'm gonna cut this back to about here, add in 70 inches. We'll call it good. I'm using 14 gauge for the two smaller colors, and then I got a 10 gauge wire for the slightly thicker wires. So just need to peel these off real quick. I gotta cut this thing, and I mean, it's not unfixable, but I always kind of hate cutting stuff like this and being committed, but we're gonna do it just like that. That should give me plenty of wire to be able to solder my joints on. Just like that. Same thing over here. This guy's a little shorter, so we're going to cut it probably, I don't know if you can see it. This guy over here, he's shorter. Going to cut it somewhere about right here, right in the middle. Just like that. Pull those off. Now we can work with these, get these crimped, or get them stripped, I guess. Now I am actually going up quite a bit in gauge size compared to these wires. And these wires, I don't think they actually carry a lot of current. There's actually thicker wires in there, which leads me to believe that the actual wires for the compressor and stuff they're running on, it's running something different. All right, there we go. Get these twisted all nice. Just like that. All right, so now we got to take these and start matching them up. And what I like to use for soldering, I like to use these guys here. I'm going to kind of clean things up, get them a little organized, and then we'll come back here. All right, so now what I got to do is I got to solder these ends in, and it's a little tighter up here, a little shorter, but should still be doable. Got my wire here. I'm just going to twist this nice and good. Twist all these nice and good. Okay. So now we're going to stick our first wire in. Like this, just going to shove it all the way through, like that. Then we're going to stick this in, just kind of wrap it real quick, and then pull that back, just like that. I'm going to try and get all these lined up. Sometimes when you line a bunch up though, it tends to pull out on you, so I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we'll try it. Now these are heat gun activated connectors. These are way better than the crimping ones that you probably grew up on. If you've never used these before, highly recommend using them. They're really pretty easy to do, and they just give you a way better connection. So this guy here is a little tricky because he's a little loose. Try and stick this over like that. All right, so got our harness pretty much all cleaned up. I'm gonna add some more zip ties later. I just gotta find some, but here's our pigtail all the way down to here. This is what's gonna plug into the circuit board. And hopefully I did my math right. I sure hope this gives me the amount of distance that I need. We're gonna be able to snake that through this hole once we remove this circuit board from this faceplate, and then I'll probably just put some cardboard here. It doesn't really matter what's here, but hole comes through here, and yeah, we should be good to go. All right, so I got it back in the camper now, and I have my pigtail, which looks like it should be plenty long enough for what I need. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to set this up right here, plug it in, let's see what happens. If all goes well, you should at least see some activity on here. Okay, that was promising. Let's see if it'll turn on. Okay. All right, well, it turns on. We got a little error. Not sure what that is about. So we'll have to do some testing. But at least it turned on. That's a start. Where we go from this point, I don't know. So we'll do some testing. We'll be back. All right, so it's another day here, back on the project here, and I managed to figure out what the problem was. So I had an error message going on my board. I thought it was my wiring harness and everything, and actually it turns out that right back in here there's a connector for this blower mower, and for some reason it's loose. So if you pull on this up like this, it'll work, otherwise it won't. So I just got to tighten that up and everything. But what that tells me is my wiring harness is actually perfectly fine. So the issues that I was having, like I think it was like EF, I think that was the message. It had nothing to do with any of the extension that I made. It was just all this one loose connector that was there, regardless of whether I'd worked on that. So anyways, I'm gonna get all that tightened up, and then I gotta put all this back together. I will say the nice thing about this is all foam, and it actually comes apart really easily. This is actually pretty cool. You know, I think a lot of people would like a metal unit, but honestly, this foam is just so much more flexible. It's lightweight, modifying it's really easy, and to get into it, it's not a huge pain in the tail. Like, I haven't even taken apart a single screw yet. It's just kind of all strapped together and everything. So anyways, I'm gonna get this thing fixed and back together, and then we'll put it in, and then we'll do some more integration, and then we'll run our wiring and stuff up to the wall. Okay, so I got our blower wheel here back together. So what I ended up having to do is I took this screw off here, took the screw off, and then this little thing pulls out. It's kind of like L-shaped. And then took that off, pulled the wire wheel off, then there's a snap ring on it, and then gently tap the shaft out. It is magnetic, so it feels like it's sticking, but it's just from the magnetic force. And then I was able to access this, and I took a video of it on my phone. Hopefully you guys can see that. But basically, one of these little tabs here wasn't in right, so that it would go back and forth, so I just had to correct that. So I think we're ready to get this back in the AC unit, and hopefully we can continue on with what we're supposed to be working on. All right, so I got this apart. The problem is this right connector was pushing in, so that when you connected the actual connector, it would all slide together, and then you wouldn't have a solid connection. And what I figured out is there's a little tiny tab right there, and that tab was bent so that it would slide back in. So I'm going to just bend that tab up a little bit, stick it together, and hopefully that'll solve the problem. Okay, so we got the blower here reinstalled. Got our connector plugged in, which is right there. Got everything hooked up, so I'm gonna just turn this on real quick. We'll see. Turns on. Oh, we should be. Nope. It's still doing it. Dang it. Alright, we're gonna have to work on it again. Shoot. Alright, so we got it back in, and I had to bend these tabs just a little bit more, but now it's not turning on and off on us. So I'm gonna call that a victory. Now we just got to get all this buckled up back together. Alright, so we got to figure it out. I just had one of the connectors that just wasn't connected in quite right. But it's running. And right now we're pulling 38 amps. But the important thing is my umbilical cord here is all working. It's getting nice and cold here. Not sure what the temperature is. I'll have to measure it later. But yeah, so there are a few things I'm gonna have to do. This is kind of noisy. We'll have to try and figure out if there's a way we can kind of smooth that airflow. We'll just see what goes on, but overall we're one step closer.